Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Fire Mage, and welcome back to Rimworld Ascension Take 2, Episode 5. If you enjoy this episode, please remember to like and subscribe, and as always, mod list is down in the description. And with that, let's get into the episode. Alright, well, picking up directly where we left off last episode, we already know what our plan is for this time around. We are going to be finishing up the Western Ruin. I know I said that last episode, but this time I really mean it. Now that the walls are done, we can get the whole thing finished. We are hopefully then going to be able to start working on the other 3 things we want to get done. Building a proper food storage house, building actual houses, and expanding the goose pen. But the first thing we need to solve is, well, our colonists' mental state, as nobody is in a very good mood. And it seems like most of it is from Bella running around and insulting everyone. So that is the first thing we need to solve. On top of that, though, hopefully today we'll be getting some more research done, which would be quite nice, but that is not the priority. You know, I didn't think of this, but I might have forgotten that our ideology forbids use of recreational drugs, giving us a minus 15 from using them, and only a plus 13 from using them. So that is going to be a problem. We might change that when we get around to updating our ideology, but until then, that is going to be an issue. So we are going to go ahead and not make any more of that. That was a bit of a mistake on my end, but I thought it would help, but I was wrong. So instead, we're going to go ahead and switch this over to growing some... Let's go ahead and have this start growing some tea. That's what we'll grow. We'll grow some tea because the beer brewing research, which will hopefully be done soon, will allow us to actually make tea, which I do not think should trigger the huge mood penalty from using recreational drugs. That's the hope anyway. But of course we need to research it first, and well, Brian is certainly trying to research. Let's go ahead and move the spot inside. That might actually help just a smidge. I mean, not that it's going to help a whole lot in the first place. It's not very efficient to be sitting in a spot thinking real hard, but we got to make do with what we got. We also have a lot of Dark Vandal. Oh, lovely. And now there's a flash storm. Luckily, it is raining, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue, I don't think. Even if it does come towards us, though, our farm should remain unburnt. But I'm not sure about everything else. Everything else is pretty flammable still. Oh. Well, looks like the rain did not, in fact, put out the flash fire, and it is, in fact, spreading towards us. So I'm going to go ahead and just have our guys go and start putting that out to the best of our ability. I'm not too worried about this bit of fire looping around, so we're not going to worry about putting that up. But this definitely will get to our little colony and start burning it down, which is not ideal. Anteater is still on an insulting spree. Jeez. Oh, and now it starts raining when I finally decide to send someone to put it out. Of course it does. Alright, well in that case, everyone go get back to work. The rain will put out the rest of the fire. Alright, we have 145 wood in storage. Let's go ahead and finish off the bathroom by putting in some floors, as well as the dining area, which will now finally get a table. Now, I don't quite know how I want to go about putting a table in here because it's kind of a weird shape. I don't want to limit the walk space, but I also need to fit in a sizable amount of tables. Well, not really. We only have 5 people right now, so 4 seats should be enough for now. And then in terms of recreation, we can go ahead and build a game of year, which we can put right here, so that we have even more recreation to do. Look at that. So it's going to be a bit cramped for a dining room, but there should be enough for 5 little colonists. Sorry. Of course, we need to actually have enough wood to build all this, which is going to be quite a bit. Yeah, it looks like the torches really do heat rooms up quite quickly. And we don't really have any sort of vents. So we're just going to have to leave the doors open and hope that we can push the air out a little bit more effectively. Let's give Moist some more space. Since we want to recruit her, we need more space to hopefully make it a little bit easier. But instead of building a whole new structure, because, well, we're trying to build this one over here, we're just going to cut the walls down. That way it's a little bit better. Not like a lot better, but just a little bit. And it looks like we are out of food entirely, which means we are going to need to go hunting, and we're going to go hunt down 3 alpacas. And a transport pod crashes. Spook. Hello, Spook. What are you good at? Social. And mining. Very interesting. And they're a Forsaken Patriot. Oh. Death in 8 hours. We can save Spook. Which is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead. We're going to go capture Spook. And hopefully haul him back. Which means do not deconstruct that bed. We're going to need it. We just got ourselves another prisoner. And there we go. Spook has been captured, bleeding out in 4 hours. We're going to go ahead and have Crime do the tending, since they're the closest. It's only a couple of wounds, so it should be pretty easy to patch them up. And of course, we need to convert them. And now an animal transport pod crash. Oh boy. This is just getting more and more worrying. Well, I suppose we can go ahead and try rescuing the cat. There's no harm in it. And another quest. Mad Meadow Aves. What do we get if we beat them? Oh, never mind, there's 14 of them. Yeah, gonna have to pass on 14 manhunting Meadow Aves. I doubt we could take on 4 of those. Those things are fast. They'd rip us apart. So we're gonna have to pass on that one. At least for now. I hate that I'm having to pass up on all these quests. Some of them have really good rewards. But I'm not risking it. We already lost Humps. I'm not gonna risk losing more. Rescued animal joins. Hey, the cat joined us. So, you are Shizuka, a female Norwegian forest cat. What do you do? You are adapted for cold climates. Ah, it's not very cold here. Most importantly, though, what is your nuzzle? How often do you nuzzle? That is every 12 hours. Perfect. Do Dark Vandals nuzzle? I don't think they do. They do not. So now we finally have an actual pet. Just like champions. We got a dog and a cat. A male Rottweiler and a female cat. Should be interesting. But that means hopefully some nuzzles will be going around, making people a little bit less depressed. Wait a second. Why am I building stools and a table? I just realized we have them over here. Well, that was foolish of me. Well, we built 1 extra table, I suppose. It's not a bad thing to have more tables, but... Well, more stools, sorry. But considering how low on resources we are, I think it might be better to just reinstall them over here, like so. Leaving us with 1 extra, which we can keep to give to the prisoners, so that they can have their own little table. You know, Considering how many Dark Vandals we have, I think it might be time to start slaughtering a couple of them. As much as I don't want to, because, well, I was kind of hoping we would get to keep all of our Dark Vandals. We don't exactly have the capability to train all of them, so we're going to go ahead and slaughter these 4 here. Start cutting back a little on the animals. Prioritize training up the older ones. Oh, and now we just got a bunch more geese. Well, we're gonna let them live for now. They are consuming significantly more than the pen can provide them, but that should be fine for a little bit, and if they start dying of malnutrition, well, we can eat them. Oh, great, and now we're hit with a drought. As if our plants weren't already growing slow enough due to the improper temperature, now they're just not growing because of the lack of water, which also means that this is likely going to drop to near 0. Well, we'll have to make it work. Having a lot of mental breakdowns on top of all of that, which is not good. Oh, and now Sam is having confusion due to dementia. Yeah, so this just went from producing enough for 3 geese to not even producing enough for 1 goose. Ugh. Not good. Not good at all. Our crops straight up are not growing. Lovely. Well, that means we're going to have to be resorting to executing every single animal we can. Harvest what plants we can, and hope we can survive long enough for the drought to end. Well, in slightly better news, the bathroom and the dining room have now been finished. It's not that much better of news, considering we are now out of growing. But it's news. I guess we're gonna do the kitchen now. Now, I could build a stove in there, but we are still Neolithic, so I don't feel like that would fit very well. So we are going to just throw a stone campfire down. Produces less heat, more light, and burns out slower. All in all, it's perfect. We will not abandon this area, though, especially not to something as simple as a drought. No, we'll find our own ways around it. Perhaps tilling the soil will provide us with enough fertility to somewhat circumvent the lack of growth rate. We're going to give it a shot and hope it works. We need to do everything we can. And it works. Despite there being a drought, the tilled soil will allow us to still grow plants. We might have just found our way around the problem. Only problem, tilling soil takes a long time. So, it's a kind of solution. Critical alert, medical emergency, what? Extreme malnutrition. Lovely, lovely. Do we have anything at all we can feed? Anteater, do not eat that. I refuse to lose moist after investing so many resources into it. Alright, food production is lacking, and since Anteater now has permanent brain damage, they're taking ages to cook. So we're gonna need to start training up some other cooks. Crine does plants, but we can also have Crine. Well, Crine does a lot, actually. And Anteater has collapsed due to minor malnutrition. Lovely. Okay. Looks like we finally are hitting that malnutrition tipping point. We might have to take the risk of hunting some of the larger prey animals like the megasloth and rhinos. We're not getting enough from the small critters anymore. And fishing definitely is not providing anywhere near enough. Do not feed them a corpse white. butcher it first, at least. Jeez, our people are getting desperate. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna just go for it. We're gonna try to hunt down a Mega Sloth. 50% chance of attacking when harmed. Not good, but we don't have much of a choice right now. How are the geese doing on food? Surprisingly, not starving to death. Would have thought they would have been suffering malnutrition by now, especially considering we already are. I'm not going to complain too much. A timber wolf is hunting one of our dark vandals. All I hear is free food. Both from the dead dark vandal and the fact that, well, wolf. Go ahead and start attacking it. Timberwolf Revenge. It's about what I expected. Well, the Dark Vandal put up a good fight. There we go. A little bit of damage taken, but none too much. Go ahead and slaughter that Dark Vandal. Oh, look at that. The kitchen is almost finished. Lovely. A little late, but better late than never, I suppose. We're going to go ahead and start moving our cooking over there. The stone campfires also last longer with the wood, which is good because, well, we don't have a whole lot of wood to go around right now. So, gotta be careful with how much we're using. Alright, looks like all the mega sloths are just running off the map too quickly. In that case, we're gonna have to try to hunt down a rhino. We need to kill one of these big creatures. There we go. Rhinoceros Revenge. Perfect. We're on a thrumbo, so we can outrun it. And there we go. Rhino down. Go ahead and haul that back, White. Gotta hunt everything, pretty much. Everything from the smallest critter to the largest, if we do not wish to starve to death. And there we go, the prison has now been properly opened up, but that doesn't really matter right now, does it? We're gonna go hunt down another rhino. I'm gonna go ahead and have Sam here, though, reload their recurve before going out and trying to hunt down another rhino. Alright, looks like the floors in the kitchen have finally been finished. Next up, the hallway. Let's also go ahead and move the butcher table over here now, as well as the corpse stockpile zone. Go ahead, copy the settings, paste them over here, and there we go. Alright, that rhinoceros provided enough meat to hopefully stave off starvation for another day or two, if we're lucky. I also changed the bill to drop the meals on the floor in order to speed up the process for the cooking. Won't speed it up too much, but every little bit helps right now. And we're just going to start hunting down all the big things. Since Sam is the hunter, and Sam always seems to ride out on our little Thrumbo here, he can outrun most anything, and anything he can't outrun, well, we have a Thrumbo as backup. Works surprisingly well. Ah, relationship changes. Lovely. Not that it really matters right now, we're a bunch of tribals, so most of those people shouldn't even consider us a threat to attack. How are these geese not dying of malnutrition? How? How are geese just like immune to it or something? Where are they getting enough food? Oh, wait. This one. It's finally happening. The geese are finally getting malnourished. But not a lot of them, which, considering it's growing no food, is a little bit strange. I'm wondering if that's slightly incorrect. Maybe the food is growing, it's just growing too slow for that to register it? I don't know. Not entirely sure how the mechanics behind this calculation work. But hopefully, it keeps doing what it's doing, because if our geese can survive, that is a-okay by me. I am not gonna complain about our animals surviving a little longer. Oh, Sam is butchering. Cool. Not what you're supposed to be doing, Sam, but I'll take it. Looks like the hallway floors have been finished, though. That's probably why Sam is doing the butchering. So, that means we can now get to work on this room. We are almost done. I said we would get it done this episode. I meant it. I don't care that we're in a drought. I don't care that we're all starving. We're finishing the Western Ruin. I have been saying it for like the last 2 episodes. I want to get something marked off on my list today. Alright, how are the prisoners doing though? Are they... Malnutrition is finally starting to go down. Excellent. They are still quite filthy, but not too concerned about that right now. All I care about is that malnutrition levels in the colony are going down. Oh look, more animals are wandering in. Man traps. We can go hunt down some sentient traps of plants. I'm not opposed to that. I mean, it says they have no chance of, revenge attacking, so I'm gonna go kill them. Less risk to my colonists. Always a pleasure to have less risk. Ooh, and another quest. Dumbo's many enemies. A 5-year-old, huh? As much as I hate to deny this quest, don't exactly have the resources to be taking care of a 5-year-old right now. And it expires in 7 hours, so we can't even, hope that we can save him later. We don't have enough food right now. And we definitely don't have the space to take care of a child. So we're just gonna have to hope that he makes it to someone else who's not experiencing a massive drought. That bear is getting awful close to our colony. Sam, go ahead and go hunt that. Go hunt that grizzly. Oh, you should probably get some more ammo first. Nah. Just go for it. I mean, technically we could leave it now and it'll slowly bleed out, but I want it dead now. There it goes. Revenge. And also, apparently, hungry pen animals. It's about time. There's been, no nutritional growth for ages. I don't know how you guys have been surviving. Man, that grizzly is tough. Not tough enough. Next up, I think we're going to go hunt down another mega sloth. I'm just going to keep hunting every large animal I can. The more I can stave off starvation, the better. Looks like our fertilized eggs, though, have been ruined by the cold winter months. That is a shame. Oh, great, mad boom rats. Lovely. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and have everyone start getting up. Make their way over to the river, as usual. Please try to keep them off of our area. Oh man, that one's getting a little close. You guys, there we go. Here we go, there's another one. And there, I believe, yep, one more up here. Bella, you can go ahead and put the fire out, please. And these are just a little bit more food. There was one more. You know what, Bella? Just start smacking it. It's a rat. There we go. I mean, it lit the prison on fire, which is not ideal, but we can put that out. Probably. Sneaky little rats they are. Poor Bella. how to try to fight one with an axe. Can't imagine that that's easy, trying to fight off a rat that explodes with an axe. Oh, also looks like Sam finished up the barracks room. No, now Bella has an infection. No, Bella, you're the one with preach health. Okay, yeah, we have no more medicine. Wait a second. Harvest heal root. This might work. Okay, you got the heal root. Now, yep, go pick up some more. And then you can tend to Bella. We can word of healing, which I don't know if that'll help with the immunity gain speed. It doesn't say it will. But I am absolutely willing to give it a shot. Let's see. Natural healing factor. Well, it won't help with the infection, but it will help with everything else. So, good enough. I mean, we kind of thrive off of the good enough concept. Gonna make sure that everyone gets the right amount of bed rest. Bella, please go back to the hospital. I can't afford to lose someone to an infection. Oh, great. Bella's on an insulting spree now. Gets an infection in their torso and decides, yeah, I'm gonna go start insulting everyone instead of sleeping so I can heal. Oh, and then you get into a social fight. Yeah, that tracks. Also, we have 14 simple meals now sitting right here, which is certainly something. Oh, and looks like we're getting another raid finally. About time. I've been waiting for a raid for a long time. Our Dark Vandals may not be trained to kill yet, but we can certainly use them as meat shields. Hopefully. Alright, and that is where I'm gonna leave this episode off. We got a raid on the way, but we have officially restored the Western Ruin. Now, I know there's no beds yet in here, but I'm not sure if I really want that to be a barracks. That was just kind of an idea I threw out there, but the building itself is restored, and this half is being used. So I consider that a victory. Now, we do still have to deal with the drought next episode, but I think our solution of hunting big game is working out decently well. But we also have that raid coming, so who knows what's going to happen next time. Hopefully nothing too bad. With all that said and done, I suppose I'll be seeing you all in the next episode.